Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 25th of June 2025. So, crying crude, AI melt up, and gold seasonals. Oil ripped, then flipped. AI kept pumping, and gold's in season, except obviously with the so-called ceasefire talks overnight, gold's pulled back a bit. Sentiment lifted and crude craters as Iran delivers a symbolic strike on empty US bases, and stocks gain and oil slumps on de-escalatory Iran response. So yes, there is a ceasefire on the table at the moment, which is obviously calmed things down a bit. And economic news today, just in case the market needs an excuse to move prices. We've got German info, business climate. Bailey's going to be speaking at 9 a.m. And then Lagarde's going to be speaking at 2 p.m. this afternoon. And then Bailey's going to be speaking again. And then Powell's going to be testifying, so it's one of central bankers today for sure. So there could be a bit of volatility around. There must be some sort of a conference that's going on. Let's just have a look. Due to remarks on Britain's return to the gold standard. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting one. Wow. In the 1925 conference hosted by the Bank of England in London. 1925, the gold standard in 1925. That's a strange subject, but then when you see how much the gold the central banks have been buying since 2010, that's a very interesting one. So she's at DeSantis Foundation award ceremony, and then is he continuing the same thing? Due to testify before the House of Lords Economic Affairs Committee, so it's not related. And then Fed. He's testifying for the semi-annual monetary policy report before the Financial Services Committee in Washington, D.C. So it's a 6-monthly report that he has to give. So yeah, that's an interesting one. Central bankers today, and interesting that gold is being spoken about this morning. It's a very interesting one, that. Right, let's have a look at the markets for yesterday and kick off with the Dow. So in yesterday's Dow, we see the 200 MA being breached, market moving higher, heading back towards 43,121. The all-time high is in the 45,000 region, but nonetheless moving higher as expected. 30-minute chart, we moved higher to begin with, then we had a bit of a pullback, which you can see there. There was demand, we were oversold, we then get a crossover, we move up, and then we get a crossover with some selling. Market back down in the cash on the open market, then reverses, and there's a proposal of ceasefire, and then there's the rest of the result there, the market continuing to move to the upside. And again, no surprise really, is there, because the market loves a war, as I'll say, and the market loves it when there isn't a war as well. So expect prices to continue to the upside during today, particularly with the central bankers speaking as well. So in the German DAX, this too moving high yesterday, volumes coming in, stochastics have crossed, momentum moving to the upside, all-time high 24,487 is back on the cards. Let's draw in some fib retracements here, and you can see there's some target prices. They've already gone through the 38, the 50 ties in with the 20 bar moving average. You've got the 62, 76, 78, and then the 89. So let's just keep those on the chart as well. The 30-minute yesterday, market went up to begin with, had a bit of a shakeout. Where did it stop? Stopped on Friday's low. See the volume coming in. We get the crossover. Market moves up to the 200 MA DP and close. Struggles there, as can be seen by the volume spikes there, and then reverses. They pick up the buy orders there at 89%, and then the market moves to the upside there. So another good move for the DAX yesterday. Let's just get a ballpark figure from where we are to the end of the session overnight. 527 point move there yesterday for the German DAX. In the S&P 500, this too managing to maintain that sideways move. As you can see there, we're about to break through this and head back up to the all-time high of 6147. I think that's the all-time high. Let's just have a look here and just bring that down a bit so we can see, just double check. make sure that the number's right. 6147, yeah. So 6147 is the all-time high for the S&P. That's going to have no problem going in that direction. There's the 30-minute for yesterday. Again, you can see prices trading up to the 200 MA, the DP, then back through to the low. As soon as they hit the low, the market was back up, and then they tried on the second attempt. You can see the cluster of volume there. We get the crossover, markets back to the upside. UK also heading back to the upside as well, and no surprise there. All markets now free to move back to the upside and put in new all-time highs. If the market won't drop with the bombing, then it's certainly going to move higher with no bombing, that's for sure, and a peace deal. So expect the FT to spike up as well. And also 9th of July is drawing closer. So again, there may be a situation where we see a bit of volatility as the Trump trade deals come back to dominate the news. But at the moment, the FT moving to the upside. Again, you'll see it trading up to the DP as all markets did yesterday initially, and then coming back and retesting their lows before then having the freedom to move above the low, and then trading up to the high that's created yesterday on the overnight, and just sitting above that at the moment, as well as most markets are. So the high is already taken out, which is great, and then you can expect this to continue. In the dollar, you can see yesterday war ceasefire, market drops there, markets gap down. I'll need to come back and fill that gap that we see there. So let's have a look at the metals, see their response to the ceasefire. Well, silver's gone against it and moving back to the upside. It was down yesterday, but now starting to move to the upside. 30-minute chart. They didn't lose the opportunity to actually take advantage of moving prices lower, which they did. You can then see prices reversing. Where did they trade to? The low of Friday. They brought the market back, and now we're stuck in a bit of a sideways range there. Gold's under the cosh. As you can see, yesterday it was down because of the ceasefire, and also down overnight as well. So it's going to have an impact on the gold-silver ratio. You can also see there that overnight prices retested yesterday's low. However, the market is not holding there and is testing the S1 at the moment. I expect a bit more weakness in this, particularly with central bankers speaking today. Right, let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. And in the gold-silver ratio, we can see this moving lower. We've got to fill this gap. We spoke about this on Wednesday, Thursday of last week. Needs to be filled. Looks like that could happen during today. So let's have a look at the DAX for yesterday, see where it traded, how it performed as well. So in the pre-market session, prices moved lower about 80 points and then started to move back. We had all of the flash news yesterday as well. But that was brushed aside in favour of let's get the markets back up. We love a war. There's always money to be made, so prices moving immediately to the upside, 150 points there. We then had another buy signal, which the market then ran out of steam, and then prices came back on the flash news there, and then moved back to the upside, but managed to move down just a little bit further before it then became a case of continuing to move lower, back down to the DP and the close, then beyond the close, and then back to the 200 MA, and then prices went into a sideways move. We have a shakeout, get rid of the stops, and then the market is brought back, and then we have another bit of a problem here as the market traded up to the DP, massive volumes, and then prices moving sideways once more as we went through, and then waiting for, obviously, for the US, but the market selling off once more. Massive spike in volumes here as well. We had a sell, we had a buy. The buy was greater than the sell. The market was brought back there, and then prices moving back up to the 200 MA before it finds a bit more weakness as we head into the pre-market with the Dow and the S&P. Market again showing a huge volume there, and then prices once again moving sideways. We kick off with the cash market in the US. We've got the US flash news, and then other news there, minor news, and then again prices start to move to the upside, as we get a potential buy and sell here. And as I've said before, it's been a bit tricky in the afternoon in the Dow, particularly within sort of an hour of the close, and that's exactly what we see here. The market doesn't fill the buy side, fills the sell side, and then below that we've got the 200 MA, the 50 EMA, and prices reverse off this and then move back to the upside, creating a small loss. And then into the evening, the market drifting lower as prices become a bit softer in the US, and then we get the ceasefire coming in, or news starting about the ceasefire. And you can see massive volumes, which you wouldn't normally see at 5:45 in the evening in the German DAX, and then prices moving up and continuing to move into the late evening. Let's have a look, see where we are on the overnight, and well, what a surprise. We're moving to the upside. You can expect a lot more of this today. We're through the high, we're through the close. There's no sign of the tariffs at the moment, and we've got a ceasefire, so it's really not difficult. We'll probably get a shakeout at the open. Prices moving up, might come down and retest the high, and then start to move off that level. Okay, that's it. It's a bit of a calmer day today. Let's see what happens. So have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.